I don't know if y'all can see me or hear me. Okay, it's moving so y'all can't hear me. All right, YouTube community, it is the one, the only A-Fizzle Productions. How's everybody doing on this Friday evening? I know some people probably gonna show up momentarily, but I'm gonna let it be known right now. I'm gonna wait till somebody shows up before I end it. But with that being said, I don't intend this to be a very long crib, unlike the one from a couple months ago. It's mainly like I was doing some thinking. It's like if I'm going to if I'm going to do one last crib, it needs to be on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, because that's when I normally do my little cribs. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It doesn't need to be on a Monday morning, Monday afternoon. So I wanted to do it. I wanted to do this right. That's why I wanted to set it up Tuesday. Try to let it be known from y'all that I will be doing this today. Right now, nobody's state their claim. So, but yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about what I guess I give y'all somewhat of an update until somebody comes in, and we'll go from there. As y'all know, today is March 13th, 2026. It's 6:47 p.m. Eastern as I start this. Well, it started at 6:45, but right now it is 6:47 p.m. Just getting off work not too long ago. My intention was to start this at 6:15, but I had to upload a video for social media that I recorded this morning, and it dawned on me that I've yet to put the video up, so had to go do that first, and then I had to take a shit too, so that kind of helped me up a little bit as well. I've been holding it there for about an hour, so I need to go and release it now. All right, but yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since y'all last heard from me, like as far as like content wise. As y'all already know, I've been explaining for a while now that we are basically in the dead a period of time where I won't say the dead period, but we are in a period of time where it's really not much going on around me. Like after the Mardi Gras, Coup de Colossus down at Dothan, it's basically been quiet. I know the week after I was at a house party, and the same person is did a house party that weekend. He's going to be doing another one tomorrow, so that'll give me something to do. That was that weekend. Then the week after, which was the final weekend of February, it was definitely a dead weekend. I don't think I did much last weekend. I mean, not like weekend before. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything that weekend? I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I went to the Carver game. That's what it was. I went to the Carver game, and that was basically about it. I went to the Carver game and got me something to eat, and I went straight to the house. I went to Port City for a little while, then I went straight to the house. Because I was really tired. Because I really wasn't really feeling like doing much that Saturday, and that was like a weekend when nothing really went down. I don't think it was anything going on out of town that drew my attention. Dashier's allergy season. He had to call in sick because he had the flu. I hope you get well. Um, I've been fortunate not to get hit with allergies the last since August, really. I think right before football season. That's probably the last time I got hit with allergies. I had a head cold back in December around the time when Carver played in the championship game. But that kind of went away. Well, it was kind of forming the day of the championship game, and it kind of really took over the day after. But then again, but I already hopped on the medicine, and the day after, I started to feel a lot better. Went back to work, and I've really been feeling any symptoms since. Thankfully I was able to make it through Christmas and birthday and all that without feeling any type of symptoms. So that's been good. I'm hoping that I can survive flu season. I don't think I got hit with the flu last year around this time, but I'm definitely hope I don't get hit with it this year. The pollen's already out, but it's not really the pollen that gets me. It's these inconsistent temperatures that get me. Which this is right up my alley for me to get sick because it's supposed to be warm this weekend, and then after that it's going to rain like going into Monday. Then the temperatures are going to drop, and it's supposed to be in the 50s in the daytime, lower 30s at night, and then after Wednesday, the temperature's going to go back up again. So yeah, just very inconsistent weather here in Georgia. Um, but yeah, nothing really went down that weekend. The weekend before when I went to the Carver game, unfortunately they lost. Their season is over. I think it's wrapping up for. I think basketball wrapping up because I see a game on Tuesday or Wednesday. They was competing for a championship game. The game's being played in Macon, so I think it is kind of wrapping up. I think the championships are tonight and tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So that's that. Carver girls aren't in it either. They lost to Hardaway in the second round, I think. So it's been rough. Not rough. I'll take that back. Um, a lot of promise this season, just unfulfilled in the second round of the tournament for both the boys and the girls. So that's that. Other than that, nothing went down. I think I went to Port Decision, got me something to eat, man. Yeah. Cause I would have got me something to eat too. So yeah, I went to Port Decision for a little while. Then I went home after that. I was worn out. And then last weekend was a UFC fight, so I did go out for that. Watch that at Twin Peaks. Gonna get back to the swing of things, pregame at Port Decisions, shift the main event to Twin Peaks. I probably won't be able to go to I probably won't be at Twin Peaks for the next fight, which is because it falls on the same weekend where I'm probably gonna be out of town. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And I was also considering going to Prattville right to the I was considering going to Prattville whenever I get done handling my business. So I think there's a Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville too, if I'm not mistaken. So I know they don't have a Twin Peaks in Prattville or Montgomery. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Maybe there's a Buffalo Wild Wings out there. Maybe I'll go watch the fight for a second and then go to see what's going on at Big Star Tavern. That's because I was going to go out there and hang out with my peoples. I haven't really seen them in almost a year. I mean, last time I was out there was around this time. Well, no, it's March. It was like late April. So it's been almost about a year since I last been out there. So, they do karaoke and stuff. So maybe it goes chime in on them. But yeah, there's really been a slow 3 weekends. Nothing really major happening. I think there was something happening in Atlanta. Don't quote me on it. Or it might have been on the outskirts of Atlanta. But nothing really grabbed my attention to want to go. There is something going down this weekend. Tomorrow, the Mardi Gras parade, which I still have my bees in here from. Left my bees in here from the Dolphin trip, just in case I did decide to go to this parade tomorrow in downtown. That way, I don't forget my bees. And then after that, whether I go or not, once Mardi Gras is over here in Columbus, these bees are getting out my car. Yeah, these bees are getting out of here. Gonna put them in the house and just hold on and just put them up until next year, if there is a next year. We'll see. But yeah, so we got that going on. There's St. Patrick's Day. The shenanigans are starting up this weekend. I don't really have any real St. Patrick's Day plans. Because it's on a Tuesday. And it's gonna be cold, and I'll probably and it's probably gonna be raining too. So I'm kind of want to go and get to the house when I get off of work Tuesday. So if there is any St. Patrick's Day shenanigans, I'm probably gonna get them out the way. It's house party tomorrow. The only thing I know that some people gonna do it on Tuesday. There is a bar crawl tomorrow. I have no intentions of doing that. So what's going on, Sniper? And that she's looking forward to next week. You got to inform me on what's going on next week. Cause like the only thing I know for sure that is going on next week for me, I don't want to make it about me, but like only thing I know that's going on next weekend is the start of the March Madness tournament. But I'm also it looks like I might be going to Canton on next Saturday. I want to go get my car washed next Friday. We'll see how that goes. Got, I need to wash my car. It's been a minute. I think last time I washed it was during football season. Been lazy. Then it's been raining, so I'm gonna try to go knock that out. I want to go knock that out this weekend. So not this weekend, next weekend. I could not. No, I can't knock it out this weekend because it's supposed to rain coming up next couple of days. But hopefully next weekend I can probably knock it out. Even if I gotta take it to the car wash, it needs to get clean. My girl needs a bath, long awaited bath, just for the pollen to get back on her in the next couple of days. Today, weather guys had to bring in the high winds, and the high winds have messed with my Wi-Fi all day, keep me on and offline all day. I don't know what that's doing next week, but okay. Just another day of being old. Same here, just another day of being old, and figure I'll talk to y'all for a minute. You know, I don't anticipate this being a very long crib. But yeah, other than that, y'all, you know, if you're looking at the ticker, you know what's coming up. Then if you watch my last update video, you also know what is going on. You know, nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed. So, okay, and Florida beat Kentucky. That's good. It didn't show me the score, but I have to look at the score later. I was struggling with who the softball team is playing this week. I said it might have been Arkansas, but it's actually Kentucky. But my girls out to a good start. They swept Missouri last weekend. Hopefully they can sweep Kentucky this weekend and keep the thing going. But yeah, if you've been watching my update video, my last two, I'll say at least my last two update videos, and if you looking at the ticker, you already know what's coming up. So I don't want to have to sound like a broken record and keep repeating the same stuff over and over again, because really nothing has changed. It's, you know, and like the events are still going to go down, or still on the dock, and nothing has came up to where I have to let y'all know about it. It's still the same stuff. Yes, Sniper. Yes, she needs a bath. It's not bad, but yes, she does need some tender loving care. I'm hoping. Ooh, I don't want to hide that. But yeah, I'm hoping that will be done this weekend. Next weekend, excuse me. I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it this weekend because of the rain, but hopefully it won't be raining the week after, to where it's supposed to derail any chances of taking getting a wash. Yeah, I'm gonna wash my baby myself because my dad, I was having a conversation with him about 2 years ago. Was talking about cars and stuff, and he basically gave me the tools that I need. He's like, you know what, Fizzle, you just say that you could say that $25-$35 that you take to the car wash, and I'll let you know what you need. You can wash your car yourself. If you gotta get up early in the morning to do it, it's really simplistic. You'll save some money, and you should be getting you still be taking care of her. And I kind of doing that. I've been watching her ever since. I just find it amusing how you can call your. In all fairness, you're not a black sheep as far as guys go. Yeah, that's probably where I got it from. The old, like the cartoons. I mean, not the some of the cartoons, but so the TV shows I used to watch when I was a kid. Some were cartoons, some were like sitcoms, and a lot of them, a lot of the guys who own cars in these shows, they would name their cars and they would give them girl names. A lot of them call their cars Sally and Susie and Ruth and all that. Yeah, I know I come from a different. I'm a different breed. So I was like, I'm not naming my car Sally or Susan. I'm not a baby boomer from the 50s. I'm a black millennial from the 90s. I'm naming my baby Kashana because why not? Why? That'll be different, you know. I went to Hooters last month before I did a vlog. Only ate their chicken wings. That they're all right. They're not touching Buffalo Wild Wings chicken wings. I'm gonna be honest, Dashy. I I haven't hung out at Hooters since about a month now. Yeah, because I usually, and I hope none of Hooter girls in Columbus are watching this, but if they are, then I guess you're gonna find out the truth. When I go to Hooters nowadays, which is kind of not as often as I used to, I usually go to the out of town Hooters, like the ones in the Atlanta area, the Montgomery area, Birmingham area, Florida, and all that. I don't really go to the one in Columbus that much anymore. And it's not because of the girls there in Columbus. So if any who the girls in Columbus you watching this, it has nothing to do with y'all. So I don't want y'all to freak out, be like, oh, A-Fizzle shitting on us. Y'all the home base. It had nothing to do with y'all. But you know, it traces back to what I said, the vlog I did a couple years ago about the changes that happened at Hooters. So it's like I'm just, it kind of really I'm plus I'm getting older too. So it's like one, the euphoria of going to Hooters is kind of worn off for me over the years, and two, I don't there's some good chunk of changes that happen I'm not really fond of. So it's like it don't hit the same anymore. If that explains something, if that explains what I'm trying to get at. And I never really been the type of person that went there for the food. Um, the food is okay, but it's not like, oh, I must go. If it's not like if I'm just want something to eat, I'll go there. Like the only time that really happens if I got a coupon or I get like free wings for my birthday or whatnot. Other than that, I can't really go there that often. I did not get a calendar this year, so I won't be using any coupons. And then again, the coupons are half-ass ridiculous anyway. They want you to spend like $30 on food just to, for the coupon to be utilized. One, your food is not all that for me to want to spend $30 on it. And I know. And then it makes things even more damning. Like even if you do spend $30, even if you try to break it down and implement the beer in it or the mixed drink, nope, you can't have the mixed drink. You got to spend it strictly on the food. Otherwise, this coupon will not get used. I found some loopholes here in Columbus, though, because on the management that's there, I know them for a long time, so they take great care of me. That's why I keep seeing them. And like I say, it's not often. I don't go there as much, but I never forget the roots. I never forget the original OG that I started going that braced me first. So, and plus, a lot of the girls there are cool. That's another reason why I'll keep going. I kept going there as of now. A lot of them kind of left now. Just kind of a bunch of new girls I never met a day in my life that probably started working there while I was out of town for my birthday. So, uh, let me see what Sniper said. LOL, I hear you. Funny enough, in the movie Cars, one of yeah, I think a lot of shows that even King of the Hill, Boomhauer named his car Sally. So it's really a common name that people name their whips. It's been a minute since I've been to Hooters. Their food is still solid, but for me, it's a combination of things like the Hooters waitresses uniform change, and I gotta be conservative. Yeah, the uniforms really changed. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. I touched on that. I think I touched on that in my video about Hooters. So you know, sorry, not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I spoke how I felt. Whether how they take it is on them. And plus, a lot. Also, a bit another reason is like a lot of new bars have been popping up here in Columbus area, to where it's like I remember about 10 years ago. when people talk about A-Fizzle Productions, they be like, he's constantly at Hooters. If y'all hear a noise in the background, there's a food truck like right behind me, and they're selling food. So if y'all hear something like noise, that's them. But yeah, it got 10 years ago, people talk about A-Fizzle Productions, they'd be like, he's constantly at Hooters. He's like there every other week, watching the Broncos, watching the Braves, skating with his girls. Today, the Hooter girls are like, we don't even see you we don't even see you as much up here. We see like we'll see you here and there. Like you'll come up here, have a drink, and then we don't see you for a month. Yeah, a lot of bars open up. I'll be at the End Zone now. I'll be at that's kind of been one of my new spots lately. Even though I got a little bone to pick with their wings, but that's neither here or there. That's kind of occupying my attention when I'm here in Columbus. Obviously, Poor Decision. That's my spot. Hideaway, I go there every now and then. I don't go there as often though. I really like the vibe. Kind of reminds me a lot of Level One up in Opelika. So that's kind of like when I'm in Columbus, I go to those spots. And at times I just go there. Other times I just my peoples are such and such. I go there. Like they're at Doghouse, I'll meet them there. Speaking of, I might be there tomorrow. Before the party because Dan Skippy's supposed to be performing at Doghouse tomorrow. And I ran into him at the varsity about a week or two ago. Whatever I was on that side of the water, because my people's right there. Damn Skippy, big ups to them. I might be going to Opelika in an hour. My other people's Art Alice will be performing up there at the jailhouse. So if I do go to the jailhouse tonight in downtown Opelika, I'll show y'all some footage of that Art Alice. And then if I go to the Doghouse tomorrow, I'll give y'all some footage of damn Skippy. So I'll give you something to hold you over until the Wing and Rock Fest, assuming that all systems are a go for me to go to Wing and Rock Fest, which I probably won't be doing too much traveling in the next couple of weeks because these damn gas prices. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. War with Iran for no fucking reason. You raised up the damn gas prices just about a month ago. It was $2.45. Now the son of a bitch is $3.45. Jesus fucking Christ, man. So my family members, I know some of them know I'll be going out of town. I know that some of them probably be like, hey, they probably want to tell me, oh, I wish you sit down somewhere. You don't gotta always get out of Columbus. True, I don't always have to get out of Columbus, but you may be in luck because these gas prices going. I might not be leaving Columbus too much in the near future outside of next Saturday and April 11th. That may be the only trips I'll be taking for a minute. But at the same time, I was telling them, like, it's nothing here in Columbus that I'm missing to where I don't leave the city limits. Like sometimes it's good to leave the city limits. It's good to leave the county. Like it's basically like outside of some major events that goes down here and there, it's really nothing. It's basically the same. Well, I'll tell you back. I wouldn't say it's nothing. I would say it's the same old, same old. Oh, I did. Oh, I forgot to mention on last Friday it was like a taste of the town thing went down downtown, but they cost like $100 some odd dollars just for you to get in. So I think the only people were there was like Chattahoochee as far as like drink wise. So I didn't miss anything. So, but yeah, my people's at Doghouse, I'll be there. People's at Soho, I'll be at Soho. If they're at Maple, I'll go to Maple. So I just mainly go with my people's, right? A lot of times they be at Poor Decisions. Like the only place I probably wouldn't go too tough would be downtown. Like there's only like one or two spots I would go downtown, and that's I'm not gonna. Well, one of them is super regular, but I haven't been there quite some time. But I can't tell you the other place. So you know, so I don't really go downtown too tough, and like because I feel I'm too old for the downtown scene. It's got to the point where if I do go there, I may be there for like I'll say for like an hour or two, and then when it gets dark and when the college kids come out, and the cops start piling up. I get the fuck from down there. I don't got time for any DUIs or any of that shit, so I get the fuck from down there. Thanks for coming out. I'll holler at y'all next time. Okay, Sniper says about Hooters too. I know I told you this, but there is I'm aware about the one in Aurora. Once upon a time there was one in Lakewood, but it closed down a long time ago before COVID. Yeah. They just closed. Oh, they just closed down a Hooters in Boca Raton about a couple weeks ago. I know I see something about that on Facebook. And then the one in the Mall America Hooters supposed to be closing down. Not this weekend, but I think it's after next weekend. They're gonna close that one. They close a good chunk here in Georgia. I know Macon's closed, but Donald's closed. And turns out they actually took no time flipping that to a different type of restaurant. I think it's like Kiki, some shit like that. Right off the interstate, which I guess is good riddance in one way because I really just you, y'all thought Atlanta traffic was bad. McDonald's traffic is a lot worse than Atlanta. So you basically at a fucking like if you go there in the daytime, you basically at a fucking standstill. Your best bet is to go at night. At least you may be able to get around. And thankfully, when I did go to McDonald's, I found a back way to where I don't have to get back on the interstate just to get home. I can just go back the other way. So, but yeah, thank God that was a bad destination. Maybe they probably can't open one up in the future, but not there. They need to find a new destination. But yeah, they closed that one down. They closed one in Gwinnett. They closed one in Douglasville. They closed one downtown Atlanta. They closed the one in Hiram, even though I never went to Hiram. I feel like there's one more I'm missing. There's one more I'm missing. Downtown Atlanta, Gwinnett, Hiram, Douglasville, Macon, McDonald, Valdosta. That's the other one. Yeah, they closed. They closed that one down too. That was actually a good spot for them. That's right. They route the interstate, but yep. So we still got one here in Columbus. There's still one in Savannah. There's still one in Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro. There's still one in Noonan. There's still one in Lawrenceville. There's still one in Beaufort. There's still one in Conyers, Cartersville, Kennesaw. So we still got those. Oh, they closed one in Augusta too. That's which I heard that was like a hot spot for the Masters. So wonder where they're gonna be pound up at this year. But yeah, I hear you on the new bars. I hear there's a sports restaurant downtown Denver called Tom's Watch Bar, which is within walking distance of Union Station. Union Station if you take the RTD light rail. Good to know. Actually, Tom's in Cartersville. One of the Hooters was telling me about that. So I may be checking them out next Saturday. I did another vlog 2 months ago as well. I do got plans to do more vlogs this year. Okay, then that's what's up, Dashy. Yeah, I haven't really been, like, the vlogs haven't really jumped off here on my channel this year quite yet. Like I said, I guess you could say the Mardi Gras stuff is kind of a teaser, kind of like a prelim. And I'm not even gonna count the basketball game in that loop. I would say Mardi Gras stuff is kind of like the teaser. Now the temperature, I guess when the temperatures consistently warm up and people start being more outside and events really start to settle in, that's when that's when the vlogs are really gonna start revving up here on this channel. Like you see, you got Wing and Rock Fest coming up. Concert series will be coming up in a couple weeks. Obviously everything else you see in the ticker. That all so we got some stuff coming up. Food truck festival in a couple weeks. If I don't go to even if I don't go to the food truck festival, Street Food Saturdays, they finna start their thing back up for this year. So I think they already started last weekend, but they finna start revving it up again. So I'm gonna have some stuff to do here in Columbus. Don't y'all worry. So the vlogs are definitely gonna start revving back up over here. So you'll have something to watch in the spring and the summer. Baseball season is starting up, so Clean Stones, we got to get some more Clean Stones vlogs over here. I'm gonna try to go to a Carver baseball game. High school baseball has started. I don't think I've ever been to it. No, I've never been to a high school baseball game, so that would be nice. I kind of want to go to Gainesville again in a month. The Gators will be at home, the baseball and the softball team. And ironically, the weekend I'm talking about going, they're playing all both genders are playing Auburn. And they both are hosting Auburn. The baseball team is hosting Auburn down at Conjuring, and the softball team is hosting Auburn down at KSP. So maybe if the cards work out right, I might can go. If I do go, I can go if I do go, I can catch both of them. At least one. I can at least catch one of each. The plus that give me a reason to go back to Fishtails again down in Lake City. So biggest to Lake City. I mean biggest to Lake City too. I don't want to diss the city, but biggest to Fishtails. Nice homie spot. You know, a lot of the locals were really friendly there. So only been to Tom's Lunch Bar once. Funny enough, that's where I met Carl Mecklenburg. Yeah, okay. I was wondering where you met him at. He recently, honestly, depending on how things go for me, I might go there more next season when the Broncos play. Yeah, I'm usually at home now for the most part. Watching the games like maybe like twice out the season, I go out and watch them. I know one week I may go to Twin Peaks, and then like I'm in another time may go up to Atlanta and go watch a game with my Bronco peoples at Hudson Grill. You know, I'm sure y'all probably remember the A-Fizzle Conquers the ATL video where I was there for the Broncos Falcons game. That was the spot. Hudson Grill, little 5 points in Atlanta. So that's why I be my Bronco peoples. I didn't catch them this year. I didn't catch them this past season. I was gonna go week 14 or 15. Was it when I think it might have been week 14. I'm not sure. Or was it week 15? It might have been week 15. It was yeah, my okay, whenever the because I was gonna go to the Eagles bar where you're hiding too. But by then, you know, Wade Howard was doing his own thing, so he wasn't really going to the Eagles bar as much anyway. So yeah, it might be week 15 because I think when week 14 the Eagles played the Chargers, that was a Monday night. So yeah, it had to be week 15. But nonetheless, once he had his own situation going on during the back half of the season, that pretty much kind of made that trip go to Washington. I wound up not going to the Broncos bar. I mean, I wound up not going up there at all. I stayed here and watched the Broncos game, and I considered going up there for the AFC title game. But that's when we had. I think, yeah, that's when we had. That's when Atlanta was dealing with the icy conditions. You know, around that time, I said I don't want to go up there and it's icy. Then I start sliding on throughout the road and whatnot, and wind up wrecking Kashana and hurting myself. So that wound up not happening either. So the two chances I'm trying to create to go to the game, I mean, not go to the game, go to Hudson Grill with my Bronco peoples. One went to wash, one went to wash, and the other one, you know, it was due to inclement weather. So hopefully, this upcoming season things will be different. Maybe I'll go Jordan for week 1. We'll see. We shall see. And as far as downtown goes, honestly, the only time I go downtown is attend the Broncos game, trying new restaurants or fan expo events. Since I'm old, I just love being indoors and avoid the public. Hey, you are an introvert, so that don't surprise me. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I usually at home on Sundays a lot watching the Bronco games. I don't really go out like that anymore. I mainly go out for on Friday or Saturday, so I'm mainly out and about watching Florida games as opposed to being at home watching. As opposed to going out watching Bronco games, if that makes sense, because it'd be a lot more stuff to do on Saturday, even after the college football games, as opposed to Sunday. So the only thing that really goes down on Sunday is like I guess they still do jazz night at the suite. I'm not sure. I haven't been to the suite since before the pandemic, so I don't know what they got going on over there now. That and karaoke night at Maple. That's other than that, there's really nothing going on significant on Sunday. You know, a few bars will be open, but everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. A lot of people in Columbus are basically just, if they're not at somebody's house watching the game, they be basically at home just kind of winding down and get ready for work Monday morning. So that's basically how it is. So basically, I'm not missing anything. I am enjoying the fuck out of this time change. So it's not even dark yet. I'm still thinking about going to Opelika, go see my people's Odd Alice. I'm not sure. I'm going to be right back. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, y'all. Don't leave. All right, I am back, y'all. All right, so yeah, had to do something right quick. But anyways, thankfully Dasher does not have. Oh, he does have time to make a Dash Scorpion video today. He already used that earlier this week. But yeah, we already talked about staying home. So I think that's the last conversation we was on. I want to see something about that food truck, but I think it's relegated to that gym behind me. That's I think they doing some type of catering. But I appreciate y'all for scoping this out. Um, it's been a fun one it's been a chill one so far. Um, been on for 41 minutes. It's about to be 7:30. The show doesn't starting up like until about 9. I don't gotta be there on time, but if I do go, that's when it's gonna start. 9 Eastern, 8 Central. So I still have an hour and a half to decide if I want to go. And it's like a 30-minute drive, so it's not like I gotta be. It's not like I gotta leave now. So, but yeah. Right now it just boils down to this weather for the Wing and Rock Festival. By this time, oh, that's what I need to go do. I'm not gonna worry about it right now, but I'll just keep out like that. But by this time there should be you can't. We should have a clear consensus on how the weather's gonna be in Canton. This upcoming Saturday. I do know last time I checked, I'm not seeing any rain in the forecast here in Columbus, but this is Columbus. Columbus and Canton are two different cities. So like it may be okay here, but that doesn't correlate to how it's gonna be in Canton, just like the ice storm hit Atlanta area, but we didn't get affected by it. So we're gonna see what happens with that. I should have a clear answer by the middle of next week whether things are gonna whether the trip is gonna happen or not. And I'll just let y'all know. They just boiled down to me getting up and making a move. Now, with that being said, if the weather takes a hard left and if it decides to rain and basically wash out the event, then I probably won't be going anywhere. I probably won't be leaving Columbus next weekend. I'll probably stay here and I'll probably just get something to stay at the house. There's really nothing going on. Oh, there is one thing going on, but fuck that event. Fuck that. I know Hudson's will be doing the Nickelodeon 90 saying desperate attempt to get people to come inside your establishment. You was on the verge of closing, now you try to use all these desperate pleas to try to get people to come in. If you was doing like what you're supposed to, you wouldn't be in that position. And plus, only women and gay guys go to Hudson's. I never heard about a straight man at Hudson's. So Miss Wood and Nickelodeon 90 still trying to bait people to come in. Do better. That's the only thing I know for sure that's going on next weekend here in Columbus. But yeah, it could be another quiet weekend. Just watching March Madness. Since you mentioned gas prices earlier, don't get me started on them. Granted, out here for unleaded gas is not above $4 a gallon. But yesterday, I saw unleaded gas for $3.89. Yep, I don't even know what the highest is in Columbus. But I know the cheapest is a Circle K out there in Midland. So like if gas prices were spiking up, I'll take a cheat sheet to that gas station and fill up my gas there, and so I try to save some significant amount of money. But then the gas price started going down, and I was paying like 230, 240, and all that. I didn't think about going to Midland, but yeah, might be an option again now. See how these gas prices going. Yep. But with that being said, if with that being said, assuming that I don't go to, I'm not able to go to Canton next weekend, it did kind of open up the idea of me going to the home opener for the Braves 2 Fridays from now on the 27th. I was kind of contemplating that for a minute, only because I've never been to well, I had never been to a Braves. I never been to a Braves home opener either. But like I was gonna say, I never been to a Braves season opener. I never been to any type of team season opener. Now I think about it, like I've been to a Falcons home opener, but that was when they played the Broncos. Cleanstones, when they did have their home opener last year, was was the first series of the season. So unfortunately, that season slash home opener fell on a Tuesday, and I had to work, so I wasn't able to go. And I didn't go. I think I went to the concert series at Friday. I don't remember what I did that Saturday. The one that prompted me not to go to that game. But I think something might be going on. It might have been a USC fight or something. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So I want to go in that Sunday for Easter Sunday. So that's what happened. But this year, I don't have to worry about that because Cleanstone's home opener, which is also their season opener, since a first series of the season will be at home, is on a Friday. So, Lord willing, if the weather cooperates, I will be there. But assuming that the Wing and Rock Festival goes down next Saturday, then I'm probably not gonna go to the Braves season opener on the Friday, 2 Fridays from now, because with that being said, I'm not trying to make back-to-back trips to the Atlanta area. I'm not trying to make I'm not trying to make trips to the Atlanta area back-to-back weekends, if that makes sense. Gas prices are already going up. Plus, it's not, getting up there in age is like going to Atlanta doesn't really excite me. Doesn't really excite me anymore. It's like been there, done that a few times. So it's like I just and unless it's like the event is going down, I'm not a type of I'm not really the let's go to Atlanta type of person. I'll be quick to go. I'll be like, let's go to the coastline type of person. Let's go to Savannah. Let's go to Jacksonville, something like that. Let's go to Destin. That's the person I am nowadays. I'd rather be around water. I'd rather spend bulk of my trips going around water than spend bulk of my trips going to Atlanta. It's just how it is. I go there for the Braves. Um, Other than that, I don't really have any serious motivation to constantly be up there like that. Now, if I stay close to Atlanta, then maybe that opens up the opportunity for a Winged Rock Festival one weekend and then the Braves the following weekend. But since I live about an hour and a half away, it just not. It's feasible, yes, but it's just not something that I'm going to push myself to do, if that makes sense. So, even before the gas prices started going up, I was like that. And before they started getting outrageous lately, gas there was in the 220, 240 a gallon range for unleaded gas. That unfortunately be missed for now. Yes, that's like closest to the 90s we ever got. 220. Well, I think the lowest, if the Shells and the Chevrons about 240, I'm a, I'm assuming that that Circle K out there in the Midland area is probably about 235, 231, some shit like that. Or 229, not 231, 229. Had to be around that area because they're usually the cheapest around here. I think the second cheapest is on the south side of town, but I don't normally be on the south side, so I don't really have any interest in going way over there to go get some gas. But then again, I'm going way out there to Midland, so I guess it's no difference. I guess because I don't really care to be on the south side like that. There's a lot of trouble over there, but it's kind of cleaning it up. But still, not a place you want to be after dark, especially if you have no business over there. But other than that, I guess I might let this go an hour because I kind of want to go get my weekend started. Right now, we're at the 50-minute mark. There are several gas stations here, but I typically go to Quick Trip for gas. Who knows? I may have to go to Sinclair, but we'll see. Oh, they actually got what's up? They actually got a Quick Trip out there in that area. I mainly see quick trips in the Atlanta area. Like the closest a Quick Trip I got here was Noonan. I think they open one in Opelika now though. Which brings me to this point. If you're gonna have a Carvelas, and I had their pizza before, it's pretty good. If you're gonna have a Carvelas in LaGrange, West Point, and Opelika, do the right thing, Carvelas. Bring one here to Columbus. So I'd have to drive 30 miles just for y'all pizza. Well, I used to have to drive 45 miles, but now you kind of cut that down about 15 minutes. But the point is, I don't want to drive to a different state or a different county just to go get y'all pizza. Bring one to Columbus. We'll get you Dave and Buster's. Not I can see the kids in Columbus now. No, we want Dave and Buster's. Been there, done it with Dave and Buster's. Don't really care. I don't really mean. If I do go, it'll probably be one time. Just go look at it, but don't think I'm gonna be out there like that though. Yeah, I don't really care for those type of places anymore. Like I shoot Dave and Buster's, and I haven't been to Stars and Strikes in years. The only reason I will go is because it had a bar there. So yeah, I kind of grew out of those places, like those type of arcade places. If I'm gonna go to an arcade place, then I want to go to a historic arcade place, which brings me to this point too. I don't know about y'all on Facebook, but the last couple of days, it's like I'll get on Facebook and every other post on Facebook is an ad for the game stick. Like it is under different names like Screen Retro, Retrops, and all that. But it's talking about the game stick. And just a couple of days ago, say you got till Wednesday to buy it. You got to Wednesday at 6 o'clock to buy it. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on a half off deal. But yet we're on Friday. I don't know what it looks like now, but it's like, oh, you still got time to buy it for half off. But I think the only difference now is like, I don't think I saw this a couple of days ago, but I definitely seen it yesterday and today where they're saying it's like only a few left, but we'll see how long that lasts. We might be in the middle of April. They probably still say we got a few left. Get yours before they run out. I'm strongly considering getting one, but I also kind of been thinking about it too. Like, I don't know if I really want to get one because I don't really play video games like that, and I'm already seeing the future now. I'll get one, I'll play for a minute. I might set it up and play it the rest of the day, and then they'll be collecting dust for the next 6 years. That's where I'm at with video games, but they got a lot like you can get up to like 40,000 games or 40,000 games throughout various consoles like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, Atari. I didn't see Xbox, which is weird because one of those, like apparently Grand Theft Auto Vice City is on there as one of the games, and that came out in 2002. Xbox came out in 2001, the first generation Xbox. So I figured like they'll have the Xbox on there too, like Halo and stuff like that. I don't care for Halo, but yeah, I missed out on that one. But they also have PSP which also brings to this point too, because PSP came out later than Xbox. So yeah, they definitely missed out, not including Xbox, unless I'm just missing something. Unless I just didn't catch it. But they also got PSP and Game Boy stuff on there too. So maybe I might get it. Who knows if it's still out there? And I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna get it. I might just get it then. But if I don't, then oh well. My video game days are pretty much behind me, basically behind me anyway. Which brings me. Oh, I'm gonna read this first before I get to my point. Before I get to the next point. Yep. Sniper has confirmed that they do have a quick trip in Denver, and also in Lakewood, in Westminster, in North Glen, in Centennial, in Littleton. I wonder do they have one in Loveland, in Boulder. Oh, that's why they opened out there in 2022. Yeah, I remember Quick Trip from my early 20s, back in the 2010s. I think it might have been a little bit before that. It might be my high school time, but Yeah, I think I don't really go to Quick Trip that often. Like I'll like if it's like the closest gas station towards me when I'm in the Atlanta area, I'll go there. But it's not like it's like first on my list. I usually like go to my Chime app and see like who has the cheapest gas, and I go from there. Or it's like how I get my gas when I'm up there. But yeah, but I did want to talk about this too for a minute because I do watch a plethora, a couple of YouTube channels, and one of them I do watch is Clintus.tv, and he was telling me about how the gaming community doesn't get a lot of love because people look at them like grown ass men, grown ass women, are still playing video games, blah blah blah. And I left him a comment saying, "Yo, I agree. I do see that the gaming community doesn't get a lot of love, and I'll say this: like, if y'all love video games, just continue to play them. Who gives a fuck what people have to say about them? That's y'all thing. Everybody has their own hobby, so you know, I don't knock anybody for what they do. Some hobbies are weird. Don't get me wrong, but if a person enjoys those set hobbies, and hey, knock yourself out." Oh, there's also one in Greeley, which yeah, I remember on the Broncos headquarters was up there in Greeley. And there's also one. I think you did say Longmont already. Okay, no, you didn't. You did say Longmont. Okay, nice, clearing up. Longmont's a pretty solid area, but I would consider it as a different suburb because closer to Boulder than it is to Denver. Good to know. You've been in Colorado for a minute now. I know at one point you was in Oklahoma, and then you moved out to Denver. I think Turbo Days, a long time YouTuber for the Broncos back in the early 2010s. I think he moved out to Denver too. I don't know if he's still out there today, but I know at one point he did move out to Denver though. Now, me personally, I come out there to visit. As far as me living out there, I don't know if that would happen. I have run into some female Bronco fans on Facebook and on Snapchat, and they'd be like, You should move out here to Denver. Come move to Denver." And then and then when I get into my sports trash talk and I talk shit about the Falcons, uh, those same Falcon fans be like, "Why don't you just move to Denver?" Um, I said, you gotta remember I'm a Braves fan too. So if I were to move out there to Denver, they'll be talking shit to Rocky fans. They'd be like, go back to Georgia. So it really is really no point. I mean, like I said, go out there to visit, yeah. Go out there to live, probably not. Plus, too many outside Bronco fans are moving into Denver. So it's like it's not enough space for everyone. Just like Atlanta, everybody want to move to Atlanta. Columbus people trying to move to Atlanta, Savannah people trying to move to Atlanta. It's like everybody trying to move to Atlanta is not enough space for everyone. Like 75, 85 is already a nightmare as it is. 285 westbound already crazy as is. But 285 west, excuse me, not westbound, but it's already crazy as is. And then y'all trying moving out there, y'all just gonna make the traffic worse. It's a good thing I'm starting to learn about the back road. Learn about some more back roads to avoid that shit. But god damn, nobody want me taking back roads all the time. I'll be trying to get to my destination and go about my business. Yeah, you're right. I visit the majority of the Denver suburbs at least once. Funny enough, coincidentally, quit trouble. Now the same year I moved out. Okay, what? Okay, so you've been out. Yeah, I figure you've been out there for a couple of years. Yeah, I like my Broncos, but I don't like me. Or I want to say the wrong thing. I like my Broncos, but they're not gonna convince me to move to Denver. They're gonna convince me to come watch a game, but they're not gonna convince me to live there. You know. And to be honest, I'd rather be close to the coastline anyway. And I kind of already feel, and I'd rather be close to the coastline for one, and two, I guess in a way, if anything, I'd rather stay east of the Mississippi River. I'd rather be on the eastern half of the U.S. if that makes sense. Maybe like Central Time Zone I can deal with because like east of the Mississippi River. I don't know if I really want to move west of the Mississippi River. Maybe Texas, but as far as I go. But I don't. I see myself visiting Denver. I see myself visiting LA. I see myself visiting Seattle. I can see. I can visualize this stuff happening. I don't visualize myself living out there though. Like Twitch is only. Everybody has their own. You know, every city is not for everyone, and everyone usually finds their own city they can vibe with well. It's like, it fits them. For me, it's a coastline. That fits me well. And if I hit the lottery, that's where the fuck I'm going. So don't bother me. Okay, I started poor decisions. But Longmont, the only thing it holds weight as far as being a Denver suburb is some of the businesses have the same 720 area code phone number. Denver has two. I know about. Yeah, I know. Denver has two area codes, 303 and 720. And I know Colorado Springs has 719. I can't remember any other area codes out there in Colorado though. Yeah, we got a smorgasbord of area codes out here in Georgia. You got 706. I'm thinking like in the Midland area, they do like some parts of Columbus that do 762. Macon is 478 out there in that area. Savannah's 912 out there in East Georgia. Then like South Georgia's 229, whether it's Albany or Valdosta. I think in North Georgia also, like North Georgia, close to the Tennessee, North Carolina state line. And East Georgia over there in Augusta, they also got 706, 762. And then in Atlanta, just a whole clusterfuck. 1 minute is 404, next minute is 770, next minute is 678, next minute is 470. It's like, goddamn. I mean, I know Atlanta's a big ass city. How many fucking area codes do you need? Just pick two and stick with it. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. Now I'm going to go to sleep, but I know I need to move around. I'm on my ass all day because the job I do requires me sitting on my damn ass. So I know I need to get up and walk around. Castle Rock is a Denver suburb. However, it's basically halfway point between Denver and Colorado Springs. Some places in Castle Rock. Okay, yeah. It's kind of like LaGrange in a way. LaGrange has a 706 area code because back in the day, LaGrange is 45 minutes from Columbus. LaGrange would get a lot. Their TV stations they still get a radio station too from Columbus today. I think it's the top 40 station we got here in Columbus. I think they play that in LaGrange as well. But they got their TV stations from Columbus. And then they also have that Georgia, Auburn, Alabama influx because they're right. They're not on the border. They're like not far from the border. So from the state line, excuse me. So it has some similarities with Columbus, but after a while, like they flipped it to where they get Atlanta TV stations now, but they're closer to Columbus than they are to Atlanta. Am I complaining about it? No, but I don't think it makes sense. It don't make sense either way. Like it doesn't make sense for. I would say this: it doesn't make sense for LaGrange to have Atlanta TV stations because they're closer to Columbus, and they are going to keep Atlanta TV stations. There's no point for the news anchors and the meteorologists from these Columbus TV stations to talk about LaGrange. It just makes no sense. Like, I just never and same with Tuskegee, like over in Alabama. Like I feel like they are the midway point between Columbus and Montgomery, but they get Montgomery TV stations, but yeah, you get news anchors for Columbus to be out there. It's like, what's the point? What's the point in them going out there to Tuskegee and they basically get their stuff from Montgomery? Now, at least with Opelika, I can kind of understand because even though Opelika is right there by Columbus, it's closer to Columbus, so it would make sense to get Columbus TV stations. But I can understand Montgomery people going out there because at the end of the day, even though Opelika gets TV stations with Columbus, they're not in Georgia. They're in Alabama. So they still need that Alabama coverage in a way that can stand out to Opelika. So that one I can understand, but in the same state, I just never understand. I don't understand it, but and Pueblo is also 719. Castle Rock is honestly a pretty nice area. It's the safest area. Colorado, only proper Castle Rock. It can be expensive, and now there's not much to do with the quality of life. Oh, note to self: don't move to Castle Rock. I'm telling myself, not you, Sniper. Oh, I have one question to ask you, Sniper, because now we're talking about Colorado, and we already confirming that you've been out there for a couple of years. I know you remember an episode. I don't know if you watch South Park, but if you do, I'm sure that you remember an episode where they went to Casa Bonita, and once I started getting on Facebook and started friending on these Bronco fans, I learned that Casa Bonita is actually a real place. I was like, I'd be fucking damned. This place literally exists in real life. This is not just a South Park. Um, this is not just a South Park fantasy in a way, publicity stunt, whatever. But my question is, have you ever been to Casa Bonita yet? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? I'm gonna see what you say about Casa Bonita. It's about to be 8 p.m. Eastern, and still got some daylight, but the sun is starting to set now. Okay, he has never been to South Park. Well, nobody's ever been to South Park, but he has never been to Casa Bonita. Honestly, he's not a big South Park guy. I'm not gonna lie, I do watch South Park, but to be honest, there's only very, very few episodes I really enjoy. I'm not really big. I never was really, really big into South Park. So, I know a lot of Bronco fans will say that, I think because of the Colorado thing, they'll say that South Park is better than Family Guy. I disagree. I think Family Guy is better than South Park. That's just my opinion. I always thought Family Guy was funnier. You know, I always thought they had the funnier characters. And I rather deal with Family Guy going through these third wall phases where he'd be like, "Oh, you got this." Just like the time I went to the Patriots game to beat Tom Brady. Say, hey, there's Tom. I'd rather watch that than to watch the characters from South Park watch Terrence and Phillip. Because to me, Terrence and Phillip are not funny. They're not funny. Fart jokes have never been funny to me for one. And I just when they did talk about Terrence and Phillip on the show, I just didn't find the amusement in it. It's like, okay, it's not funny. Honestly, the areas I furthest travel away from Denver are Castle Rock, Boulder, Longmont, and Johnstown. But I only been those places once. Okay, okay. So you don't really. With that being said, you don't really leave the metro area. If that Now, okay, that makes sense. So I guess in that Casa Bonito is not in a Denver metro area. That South Park to you is too comedic. It has its moments. Like, don't get me like don't Bronco people who may come across this in the crib. Don't get me wrong. South Park has its funny moments. I thought, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, genius. But I just it's only very few episodes I seriously enjoy from South Park. I'm just not really big on it like that. So I don't know what to tell you. And plus, South Park, even though like go back to 2005, they had the UK had this episode where they talk about the 100 greatest cartoons of all time. And South Park was ranked number 3. Only Simpsons and Tom and Jerry was ranked higher. South Park probably won't even my top 10, much less my top 3. I said it's not me shitting on the show. I enjoy it, but it's just other cartoons and stuff that I would enjoy more over South Park. Simpsons is definitely one of them. I will admit that though. Not Tom and Jerry though. I didn't really care for that too tough. But I'm surprised the Simpsons is still going on today. Like I'm not surprised, but I'm not really surprised, but I kind of am surprised at the same time because it's like Jesus Christ, y'all. It's like y'all haven't run out of ideas yet. Simpsons been on pretty much my entire existence. In fact, it's been on pretty much my entire existence. The very first episode was about 2 or 3 weeks before. About the very first episode when it broke away from Tracy Ullman was like 2 or 3 weeks before I was born, and then the second episode was a week after I was born. So for them to continue to show, continue to have ideas 36 years later, I salute them, but I'm shocked at the same time. I haven't been to been at places like Aspen, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Breckenridge, Greeley, Loveland. Okay, yeah, I heard about. Yeah, I gotta try that beer. I mean, not the beer. What's it? Whiskey. I gotta try the whiskey out from Breckenridge. I forgot who told me about it. I think it was Sev or somebody. It might have been Sev who told me, but I gotta try that out. It may have some promise. May do a drink review out of it. Which brings me to my. With that being said, I gotta start doing some editing and stuff for this next drink review because it will be my 100th episode, and I kind of want to do like a montage scene before we get to the 100th episode. I already know what it's going to be. I already have it in mind. It's actually a request from somebody. I'm not going to say what it is quite yet. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to do the montage. I'm going to try to do that next week. At least get the montage started. And then once I do the montage, I'm going to go get the beverage. I'm going to record it. I'm going to go ahead and edit it for YouTube. And then I'm going to set it up as drink review number 100, put a question mark on it. And then you'll just, and my audience will just have to wait until April to see what the mystery is. But then after that, we're going to get right back into it. We're going to get an episode 1-on-1, whatever that's going to be. Because there's some more drinks I do need to try. Like I said, I'm be going to Tom's probably be at Tom's next week. There may be a drink review I can try there. Other than that, we shall see what transpires. And I still got something cooking. Oh, yeah, you see that. I was going to say, I still got something cooking up in the lab in the middle of May. You got to stay tuned for that one, too. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give away any spoilers. And I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, giving them the idea that it's going to happen. And then if it does happen, they'd be severely disappointed. So I would just rather not say anything yet and just let the cards play out how they're going to play out, and then we'll go from there. Meanwhile, as far as Castle Rock goes, if you're rich and want to live in a safe area, you can live in Castle Rock if you want, but with quality of life, and things to do, that's superior suburbs. And yeah, I'll probably never be a resident of Colorado. I don't think that's ever going to happen in life. I don't care how many Falcon fans tell me to move to Denver because I keep shitting on their team. If it was meant for me to move there, it probably would have happened years ago. Like I said, I think I'm just really comfortable east of the Mississippi River. I kind of want to stay over here. But you never know. Life does have mysterious ways of working. Right? I don't know if I'm about convinced I've never moved to Colorado, but I could live west of the Mississippi. You never know. Anything is possible. I don't want to guarantee nothing. I don't want to guarantee that nothing's going to happen. Then next thing you know, it does happen. So I should have got some water. Should have got some water. God damn it! I don't got any water. Oh well, that'll be all right. What time is? Oh, it's 8 p.m. on the dot. 8 p.m. Eastern. It's still not dark yet, but the sun is officially setting. But yeah, I like as we get closer to the springtime and these events start to rev up, I am 100% curious on what's going to unfold this year. Will it be another best weekend ever or close to it? Because I'm gonna be honest, I I have been trying to find the possible best weekend I ever had in my life. I don't think much things are going to top. I don't think really anything's on the top the second Saturday. I mean that second weekend in August. I was in Chattanooga. Went to go see Aunt Betty for the first time ever. Went to the Brewing Crew for the first time ever. It was just like everything was just so. I had to go to Walmart and get some stuff first before I even before I even took off, and everything was just so perfect that weekend. Uh, I went through the back road on Highway 27, avoid Atlanta. The drive was great. Now they did have some road work on 75 in Chattanooga, but I didn't have to worry about that to Sunday. But nonetheless, drive up there was great. The Brewing Q, excuse me. It reminds me of some of the local bars here, like a Soho, like a Gray's Bar. It kind of reminds me of those places. You know, it seems like it's kind of like a cheers thing where everybody knows your name. It was just so fucking perfect. And then on the way back from Chattanooga, you know, meeting with my peoples in Cartersville, everything was just so perfect. The only downside is when I got past Cartersville and past the Atlanta area, and that 985 south to Columbus. That was like the only downfall, but I knew I had to get back because I had to go to work Monday. Or did I go to work? I don't know if I went to work Monday. I think I did go to work Monday, but it was just that if I didn't, then I didn't go. But if I didn't go, I didn't go. But I felt like I might have went though. It was just so fucking perfect, man. And I want another weekend like that this year. We're gonna see what happens this year. Um, I never think my birthday weekend is gonna be the best weekend. But right now, I will say, no, I'll take that back. My birthday weekend is not the best weekend I had so far. It was a Mardi Gras weekend in Dothan. Right now, that was the best weekend I had this year. Is it the best weekend ever? One of the best? No. But is it for this year? Yes. But anyways, Sniper says, LOL, that's fair. Honestly, the only states I would like and would be comfortable being a resident in is in Colorado and Florida. Yeah, we would like to have you in Florida. Florida is really nice. That's always been that's outside of New York. Florida's been very high on my list as far as like places to live. I don't it had nothing to do with tax free. It has a lot to do with things. It feels right. I feel like that's where I belong. Down there in the Sunshine State. But yeah, I don't blame you for never moving to Florida due to the heat. Because if you're not in this if you didn't grow up in this part of the South, you're not gonna get used to that heat coming from outside of it. You're just not. And plus, with Florida, outside beaches and no state income, I just got done talking about no state income tax. In my opinion, Colorado is superior in besides the Broncos. I could name a substantial amount of things Colorado has over some states in Florida. That is 100% fair. Like I say, you kind of been out that way, so you felt that Colorado felt right to you, so that's where you at. But yeah, hopefully it went. Hopefully I'll be back out there soon. Though I was on Colorado soil about a decade ago because I had a layover on my way to Alaska. That's why I caught a shit ton of Bronco stuff in that airport. I said, I'm taking this. to get all this Bronco stuff right now. No, I'll tell you about. I couldn't get it right then. Headed to Alaska because I had to hurry to get to the terminal so I can catch my flight. But when I got back, when I was heading back to Georgia, I had to same layover in Denver. Only that time I had like 3 hours. I had a 3 hour layover before I got back on the plane, so I was able to get all that Bronco stuff. I went to the John Elway's joint in airport. I just soaked in all Bronco greatness. I soaked it in, and I want some more of it. God damn it! I need to be back. I need to get back to the soil. Oh, speaking of Atlanta, USA. Oh shit! What's going on with you? Oh yeah, the World Baseball Classic. For 2 seconds I forgot that shit was going on. And the crazy thing was, I was watching part of the game, the USA game last Saturday. We was either playing Canada or Mexico, and we was winning. And I think we wound up winning. It was one of those two countries, either Canada or Mexico. And I think we got our asses handed to us by Italy. Bad. Things like 9-1. Yeah, we got our asses handed to us. But I can't say I can't say that I 100% be invested in the World Baseball Classic, but as long as USA wins, that's all that matters to me. Yep. Plus, it's not like beaches are the only areas you can swim in. There's a couple water parks. One's in Littleton, close to Inglewood. Yeah, I think the only drawback about Colorado, you may correct me on this, Sniper, if I'm incorrect. I don't think there is a beach out there. But you are right, though. There are other alternatives for beaches, Because like with Florida and Georgia, Florida and Georgia, and I think Alabama too. I'll just say Florida and Georgia. Yeah, Florida and Georgia have their beaches, but they also have a water parks and whatnot. We got Six Flags in Atlanta. I think there was. Because I don't think there is anymore. But I think there was a water park in Auburn, but I think they closed down. But that's probably like another edition of a water park nearby. But like when I can't go to Florida, then my plan B is to go to okay, the game's oh damn. Florida and South Carolina still scoreless going to the seventh inning. But yeah, so like when I can't go to Florida, the next best option would be Callaway Gardens, which is about 30 minutes away from me as far as like being around water. But being at a beach. Because we do got pools here in Columbus, so that resolves everything. And I feel like there is a water park out there by Macon, if I'm not mistaken. So, and there's also one in Federal Heights. He's telling me that Federal Heights is between Westminster and Thornton. One of my Facebook friends lives in Thornton, and that is true. But then again, Alabama doesn't border an ocean either. But they got beaches too. But I get your point. All right, but yeah, Florida, South Carolina are tied up at 0. I don't know. I'm still undecided if I'm gonna go to I'm gonna say Alaska. Opelika. I don't know because I can always catch odd hours another time. They won't feel me. I already talked to them. I already talked to one of the members of the group, so they're completely understanding if I don't make it out there. I want to just. I kind of want to go to. I'm probably going to go to Port Decisions in a minute and see what's going on because it is karaoke night over there. I might go pop in over there for a brief second, and maybe pop up and watch the Duke Clemson game tonight. College basketball still goes on. Well, rephrase that. The ACC tournament still goes on. He got some internet friends who live in the mixed areas as far as Denver suburbs go. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of my bulk of my people live in the Denver area. So I'm in Denver. I got one in Thornton. Shit, where's my girl at? I think one of my girls is in I think she's in Littleton or is it Aurora? I I forget which suburb she's at. I know she's not in Denver. She's on the outskirts, but I got her in the area. She the main protagonist. Be like, come move to Denver. I almost want to tell her, okay, I'll move to Denver on one condition. I'll move in with you. We hook up. But yeah, I got some in Pueblo. I got some in Springs. I got some in Greeley. That's probably what it is. I think she's in Greeley. I'll say she's either Greeley or Aurora. What one of those two places? I got one. I think I got some in Loveland, and obviously I got some in Utah. I got some in Nebraska. And I got a couple in New Mexico. So we got you know Broncos territory. Obviously, I got some out here in Georgia too, in Florida. To be fair, when you're around any Bronco communities, it's easy to find Bronco fans living in. Yeah, it is. I'm going to go to Port Stitches. I'm going to see what's going on over there right quick. And I think I cut this on because my window has fogged up, and I won't be able to go anywhere until it unfogs because I need to see where I'm going. Oh, I like the fact that it unfolds up really damn fast. Really fast. Unfog, damn you. All right. Yeah, some of the people are leaving that gym already, so shit. Let me go this way. But the food truck is still out there. We're gonna go here to Port Decisions and see if I can find me a parking spot. And then from there, I should have my answer where I'm gonna go to Opelika or not. Because I haven't been to Soho or Legends in a while either. I kind of want to see what's going on over there. I think last time I was out that way. I don't even fucking remember. It might be close to Valentine's Day or right to that. I think. Now, don't quote me on it. But I know it's been a minute since I've last been out there. Because I haven't really been going to many places last couple of weekends. Make sure I don't hit me wet. Gotta watch the speed bump. The crazy thing was, past through the hangout now, they did fix that hole over here, that big ass hole. And now they got another hole that's recreating up here. I really try to avoid coming this way when I try to go to hangout or something because of that damn hole. All right, Sniper says, plus he's actually came across other people on the internet who live in Denver around it on different communities. That's that's one of my Raider friends stay out there too. I think she's in Littleton. I know she's in the Denver area, so you got Raider fans out there. Obviously, I hear there's a Steelers bar out there, so obviously you got some Steelers fans in Denver. It's just like Georgia, you got your influx of fans out too. We got a Broncos bar in Atlanta. We got an Eagles bar in Atlanta. There's a Steelers bar. There's a Steelers bar on the south side of Atlanta. The sports page, when it was a sports page before it became the bait, then later on the outskirts, and then now abandoned building that needs to be done something to. That used to be a Steelers mecca for Steelers. That used to be a Steelers bar too. So on Sundays, like you got your karaoke night on Saturdays, and you go on Sundays. There's nothing but Steelers fans up in there watching the Steelers. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I think it's a Browns bar in the Atlanta area too. Yeah, there's a Browns bar there. So yeah, we got our fair share as well. What's good, Denver? Up Denver. What's good, Daniel Berry? Happy Friday. My condolences on your Rams, man. I was kind of rooting for y'all to win the Super Bowl this year when the Broncos lost to the Patriots. And y'all turned around and lost to the Seahawks. So now we got to deal with the 12s celebrating another Super Bowl title because because y'all couldn't finish them off and we couldn't meet them there because we lost our quarterback and we just didn't play good against the Patriots. So the Patriots had to become the sacrificial lamb and get their ass handed to them, and then they got shut out by them. And the Twitch The Twitch streamers I'm talking about aren't Bronco fans. One of those, oh yeah, I remember you took a picture of one of your streamers, one of those streamers. She was a Viking fan. Oh, I'm right here. She's a Viking fan, and one of those. I've really been on Twitch in a while. I got a Twitch account. Like, as far as Twitch, the only people I follow are Clintus. Um, shit. I follow her. I follow him. It was somebody else I followed too. I can't remember. On Twitch. Oh, no. I think I followed. I was following a rap critic. I don't know if I still follow him. And some woman. But yeah. Other than that, I don't really follow anyone. I don't really follow anyone on Twitch. I'm barely on that motherfucker. So let me run in here and see what's going on with the poor decisions. Because either we may be going to the east side of town for a minute. Y'all going with me for a second, or we could be going to Opelika. Y'all might be going with me to Opelika. We'll see. Unless we'll see. Me run about 30 seconds. Oh no. Poor decisions. Not doing karaoke tonight. And normally they do it on every other Friday, and this will be the Friday that they do it. It is a ghost town. So I'm going to go to the east side for a second. I'm gonna see what's going on over there. The northeast, I should say, not the east side, because the east side will be over there emotions is at. So I'm gonna go check out my people at Soho and Legends. And then from there, that will help me decide if I go to Opelika or not. Because all I gotta do is just cut through Warren Springs and all that and get on. All I gotta do is cut through the neighborhood, get on. All I gotta do is cut through Warren Springs, get on Schoenberg, and I'm right back on the highway. It basically will take me across the water, then we'll go from there. All right, so we're gonna go to the northeast, and then if nothing's going on, then I probably might take y'all with me to Opelika. And after that, unless the chat dies, then we'll probably depart after that. We'll probably depart when I get to Opelika. But yeah. Oh, well, it's kind of dark now. Well, yeah, it's definitely dark. Yeah. You see, you can kind of see I got my hair did too this past Saturday. I also got the shave last week, so I'm ready. Where the freaks at? But then it gets a picture on. I think I post a picture on my community tab as far as like the hair and all, so y'all can go see that. See what's going on in the northeast. Looks like I got baseball going on here at this park. I never met any Vikings. Oh, damn. I missed this whole comment. I never met Vikings fans in real life, but who knows, depending on things go, that might change, but we'll see. Um, I have met a Vikings fan in real life. I can't say I met many of them. Like I think about the NFC North. There's probably There's probably the least amount of fans I met. I met some Bear fans, and one of them tried to make my girlfriend, but and she was kind of digging me. But unfortunately, I was too young for her. She said if I was, I think she said if I was a little bit older, we probably would have had a chance with her. I met a couple Bears fans. I met a couple Lions fans. I actually worked with a Detroit Lions fan, and obviously Packer fans. But not many Viking fans. I think I met like one or two Viking fans, maybe just one. I don't. Yeah, they don't. I don't really see many of them here in Columbus. I don't really see many of them when I'm out and about. Period. Don't I have I have seen people there. I have ran into somebody who's from Minnesota, but I'm not. I think they might have been a Vikings fan. I'm not sure though. But they don't have a large presence down here. uh, I'm talking about, yeah, I met Vikings fans in real life. I think, but I think the one Vikings fan I know for sure I met is a guy. I don't think I met any female Viking fans. But I do know where you're going with that. I do know where you're going with that. So, see what's going on in Northeast. It's 68 degrees. It's 8:23 p.m. I said I was going to be in the stream about 20 minutes ago, but I'm still going. LOL. I don't have the best memory since I'm old. Hell, I don't got the best memory either. Shit. I never met a mixed NFL fans in real life who rep different teams. Yep. It seems to go that way. Oh shit. This Circle K right here. Not bad. Like 320. Well, no, I'll tell you about it is bad, but not bad compared to most of these places here in Columbus. Oh, and the Chevron 319. Okay. I can, so I know there's one on out of Millen got to be at the $3 mark. If the Chevron right here 319 and Circle K right down the street from it is at 320, at 321, some shit like that. I get north. Well, we are in the north. Farming's I should have went to Twin Peaks today, but I might. They doing it on St. Patrick's. They started their St. Patrick's Day thing tonight. That's gonna last to Tuesday. Maybe I'll go there tomorrow. We'll see. Before I go to this party, we'll see what I got now. Cause I gotta. You wanna go see? Probably I want to go see Dan Skippy, but it's not that big of a deal if I don't see him. It would be nice to see him again though. But I definitely gonna go to this party tomorrow. That's definitely on the agenda. We got that comment as far as not having the best memory, but I definitely remember the Broncos and the video game. Sorry, but okay, we approaching a shell. So let me see how much this gas is right here. I got you ready to merge over in a minute. Is it 3? Okay, nobody behind me. I'm gonna slow down and look. Oh damn, 339 at the shell right here. There's a Circle K like a little bit, another Circle K like a little bit further up. So I'm gonna see how much that gas is up there. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus fucking Christ. All these goddamn gas prices going up. As we now approaching the northeast side of Columbus, where Soho and Ledgers are at. My uncle used to stay out here in this area, but not in this particular area, Passageville, but he stayed in the neighborhood. I mean, I'll go up a little bit. Well, I can't really see it, but like he didn't grow. He didn't stay too far from the area I'm passing through now. He lives in Alaska now, but when he was in Columbus, he stayed out here in this area. Yeah, I guess because like he lived around a bunch of Caucasians. He worked around a bunch of Caucasians. I think their personality rubbed off on him. And my family used to crack at him a little bit, like, you be around those Caucasians, you act like you act like them. Shit. They always say that like, the environment you're around rubs off on you. That's why I'm very careful about the environments I associate myself with, because some environments are good, others I don't need that. I don't need to be around it. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm very careful about where I'm at. But then again, certain environments I don't need to be around, I quickly leave and never appear back there again. You ain't lying. Oh, you ain't wrong about gas prices. Luckily for me, since I drive a small vehicle, gas prices haven't taken too much of a toll on me. But you know me, I hate the public, so I'm gonna drive as least as possible. Come on, dude, go. Shit. Light green. Fuck you waiting on. And this one is too. I need to fucking drive. Yeah, this isn't a little car though. I got it's kind of like a good sized car. It doesn't really take a lot of gas. So, like if I'm nearly at E, it'll take up to 10 gallons, which can vary up to like, well, I'll say about 10 to 11. So 10 to 11 gallons if I'm close to E, and then which will take me about 30. I'll say about 30 to 35, depends on the gas prices. All right, I think the lowest I ever paid on full tank, to get a full tank from down there empty was about 29. So okay, this Circle K is 325. Oh, okay, it's 335 with a card, 325 with easy pay, but with me, since I got the chime and I'm part of the Circle K club, it's just kind of kid. I'm part of Circle K. I'm part since I got the chime and I'm part of the Circle K um rewards club. The good news is for me, I get to save a little bit of money. And thanks to my parents, they managed to get me a shell card. So if I do decide to go to a shell, I can save some money there too. So it works out good for me. Not to mention, who knows I may get an electric scooter soon. I always wanted a scooter for the longest. I'll say I never got my parents or one of my guardians to buy me an electric scooter. And then now I want an ATV. But then again, it's like I don't. I said then again, I don't live in the country, so I don't know what will be the sole purpose of me owning an ATV. But we do have we do have a motor speedway, a dirt motor speedway, just about right down the highway in Alabama. Well, right down the highway from me, about like a mere 15 minutes away. Where if I wanted to drive an ATV, I can use that speedway. I seen one guy he just came out the road and rode in the speedway. No fucks given. That's where I'm trying to be at. Dude, they got a little crowd here tonight at Legends. But yeah, yeah, I was yeah, but before the ATVs, I always did want a scooter though. And I've been considering getting one. Of course, the only time I'll use it is to get to places. Yeah, remember I was talking about Clintus. His son has a scooter. Well, I don't know if he got a new one now because previous one did break. But yeah, he used a scooter to get around the town as well. So you know, plus you get the outside world. You get the outside world in the scooter. And plus, you still get from plan A. You get from destination A to destination B. So, and I hear people have a reputation when using electric scooters, and people out here will tell you the same thing. Of course, using electric scooters on bikes on interstate. Oh yeah, we already know that. We're right back one more time. I almost forgot. Almost. I mean, I just saw that I got out the car and I didn't even cut my headlights off. That would not have been good. But yeah, I'm gonna read these last a little bit of comments. Plus, out here on I-70 and I-270, right before you get onto one of those, there's literally a sign that says no bikes or walking allowed, which is honest. Yeah, because like same here in Columbus, man. They'll tell you no bikes, no pedestrians on the interstate, on the crosswalk, and is with good reason too, because like you just say, you don't want to, you know, that's very dangerous because those vehicles be going like 70 miles an hour. You don't want to like 70 miles an hour. And it's like And some of them be driving way too, be drunk and whatnot. You just, you just want to prevent an incident from happening. So, but yeah, but we get about 10 more minutes. We're already at the 1 hour 50-minute mark. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to kill these last 10 minutes, 9 now, and I'm gonna shut it down to the 2 hour mark. So I see we got a second person lurking. So if they got something to say, you better go ahead and say it now while I'm trying to kill a little time. I never do that since I don't have time to get. Yeah. But that's elementary though. People should already know not to be driving a scooter or walking on the interstate, walking on the interstate side. Like I see people walk on the interstate in Columbus, but they go the opposite way when the cars are going. But still, that's still kind of a dangerous. That's still kind of a dangerous task to be doing. Especially these people be driving way too fast. You just never know. I still thinking about Opelika. We'll see. Like I said, if I go, you'll get some footage. If you don't get any footage by middle of next week, that means I didn't go. Only time I can acknowledge police approaching me is if I'm a victim of solid crime or heavy forbid I get pulled over or to a car accident where police have to be present. Yeah, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. She's going on. So right, there's plant serum. There's a minute in there. Oh. Okay, yes. Saw somebody I know up in there. Yeah, like I said, I'm still debating Opal. Like it's not set in stone. I may not go for real though. I'm just kind of. Do I want to? I think it's gonna boil down when it's all said and done to whether I want to go to Opelika. And part of me's like I can't. I mean, that's what I think that's gonna make my decision. Another part is like I really don't need to go to Opelika. I mean, I won't be hurting if I don't go to Opelika because I do got a out of town adventure coming up next Saturday. So next weekend, I might as well say so. We can take care of that situation then. Plus, I kind of want to check out this place in Auburn called the End Zone. So the Auburn End Zone, not the Columbus End Zone. You aren't wrong, but of course, for that, I just say it will be understandable for police to approach me due to questions they have or ask her. Yeah, if anything, I'd rather police not approach me at all, to be honest. Like, because a lot of times they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, don't come for me, cops. But sometimes I'd rather not approach me because, like, they do be having some weird questions and, like, they like to ask people. Like, I remember this one time back in my 20s. I was downtown and I was just walking through an area. I you know, I was walking past a pizza place. Well, was it a pizza? No, it wasn't a pizza place at the time. But, no, but the point is, I was downtown. I was just walking, minding my own business. I think somebody had talked to me, so I had a conversation with them. And then once I left that individual, start back walking and minding my own, then continue going where I was going to go, minding my own business. Kind of like what I'm doing now. I'm just, I left. I left the individual after we got done talking. I'm walking. I'm walking my destination. I'm walking the direction I'm trying to go, minding my own business. And there was a cop right there standing on the outside of the pizza place. Or it might have been a cantina at the time because I don't think it was a pizza place yet. But nonetheless, he asked me for my name. I told him. And then he asked me, have I ever been arrested before? I said, no. But all these years, I'm, I'm all these years to this day, I am still baffled. I'm baffled and flabbergasted. I'm baffled. I'm baffled and I'm puzzled and I'm still confused on why did he ask me, have I ever been arrested? Like, what are you trying to do? What? You going to send me to jail for what? I don't have a reason. You don't have a reason. Like, that was just a weird question. Like, why would you ask somebody that? Like, you eager to arrest somebody? You need to be looking at these clubs and making sure, nobody's starting a ruckus with the make sure nobody's starting a ruckus with the crew. I mean, with the security people. Don't worry about little old me. Just minding my own business and not bothering anyone, not starting shit with anyone, not drinking not drinking on public property, not in people's face trying to pick fights. You don't have a reason to do. You don't really have a reason to ask me that question. I can understand, like, you just want to know my name, or you might ask, like, are you having a good night? Yeah, yeah, I'm having a good. It's okay night so far. Nothing really extravagant, just out and about. And then you'd be like, hold on. And then it's like, and then you'd be like, okay, just make sure you stay out of trouble, okay? And then let me go about my day. But I do feel like the cops really do be profile like a motherfucker, especially racial profile, because the guy was white. He was Caucasian, so I do remember that. Maybe he wanted to maybe he wanted to arrest a brother, but you got the wrong one. That's interesting. I don't blame you for how you feel about police officers, the ones who actually put their lives on the line by stopping porn activity, rape, etc. on the one. I'd just rather not. Yeah, violated. That's the word I was looking for. Violated. I felt so baffled, puzzled, and violated all at once. Like, how dare you? Exactly. If I'm not at fault, I said crime or car accident, it's egregious that I don't worry about police talking to me. Oh, I want to see if I can show y'all my hair quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's how my hair looks. Like I said, I got it done Friday. On Saturday, excuse me, not Friday. Was gonna get it done Friday, but didn't happen. Why not get it done Saturday? But with that being said, we are approaching the 2 hour mark. I'm ready for a drink now. I'm going to go in on Legends, and I'm going to collect. I'm going to have a cold beverage, collect my thoughts, and then decide if I'm going to go to Open Like or not. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to go. And be honest with y'all, nothing is all Dallas and my peoples, but at the same time, I don't even know if I really want to go up this road tonight, because like it's really not that big of. It's really not that serious to me. It's not tonight. But yeah, Sniper, I appreciate you for scoping in. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I'm gonna go ahead and end this bad boy. And if this is the final LaCrib, the final live stream on this channel, I'd rather go out on this bang right here as opposed to Monday afternoon. Because this is a Friday night, and I got to enjoy my Friday night. So yeah, so y'all just take care of yourselves. Be looking out for those vlogs coming on my channel real soon from these events that's about to pop up. Anything changes, I'll let you know. If not, then things still the same. So with that, I bid you all adieu. Y'all have a good night.